Welcome to CEC lectures. Myself Dr. Preeti Jagwani from Department of Computer Science, Aryabhat College, University of Delhi. So we have started the series of hypertext markup language, which is HTML, and in the previous lectures we have seen the basics of HTML and what actually the hypertext is and what is the significance of this HTML along with some tags. That's what we already have covered in the previous lectures. Now in this lecture today's agenda is how to control text for the display which is going to be shown on the web page, and apart from controlling text or apart from we can say styling text, we can we will see some other tags as well. So tags you all are familiar, that basically in the simple terms we can say some commands or some instructions given to the browser that how to display that particular text which is written between the tags, and tags are basically, it could be an open tag or it could be a paired or a closed tag as well. Now the point is if we want to add the text to our HTML page, and if it is a kind of simple text, the simplest command or the simplest tag in order to add and control the text is P, which stands for paragraph. That P tag, which it is going to create new paragraph, and we will place all of our regular text inside that element P, and this P is actually you can say an open tag or a single tag, because we don't close the P thing, or we can do that as well. So when we write text in HTML, we also have number of various other elements that can be used to control the text or make it kind of appealing or make it different or in a certain way which is desired for the display. Now apart from paragraph we have already covered in our previous lectures. Now apart from paragraph, what are the elements which are there to control the display of the text, and what will be the meaning of that text, and what is going to be the purpose of that text, that we will be taking. Now as these tags are actually, we can say, kind of very small commands to learn, we will be taking multiple tags in a single program. Let's see one all of them one by one. So the first element or the first tag which we are going to take is B. B stands for bold, and its purpose is to highlight the importance of the text, or we can say kind of a thick dark blackened text is displayed with the help of /B tag. Then we have strong. Then strong is the tag, and the meaning as it is indicated by the name, it is similar to the bold. It is used to highlight the key text. So either you can use bold or you can use strong. So either B or the strong, any element can be taken. Then if you want your text to be highlighted in italics manner, then we need to use I there. Then apart from this I, we have EM. EM is the element which is there to use for emphasizing a text. Now where we are going to use this emphasizing of text, it is basically used for image captions. So you can see image captions which we write on the generally we write on the bottom of the image is actually written in an emphasized manner that is somewhat different from italics. So usually in order to write the image captions, this EM tag is to be used. And another one is mark, which is there for marked text. So if we want to highlight the background of the text, we need to use the tag mark. So in the upcoming program we will be taking bold, we will be seeing strong, then italics, then EM which is there for emphasized, and mark which is there for marked text. Now let us see the code, how we are going to use this and what will be the output of that particular code. So when we say exclamation sign doc type HTML, now what this exclamation sign means, that we will be covering in a short while. First of all, let us focus on, so this doc type HTML is there to tell the browser that we are using HTML5, but why we are putting the exclamation sign behind before doc type, that we will be covering in a short while. Then let us start the program HTML, and as you all are aware that since the previous lecture we are just focusing on the body part of the HTML program, we are not categorically mentioning head, in which you can have title or you can have other meta text. So it's up to you, if you want to have the head section here, you can insert head section, but presently I am just focusing on the body section. So body begins within the closing and within the opening bold tag B tag. I have written some text which is it could be any text bold. Then apart from that I have written HR. Now why I have written HR? Just because of the simple reason, HR stands for horizontal ruler. So there will be a kind of, we can say, dashed line after this particular text. So just to segregate the one type of text from the another, I have placed HR after each type of text piece in my program. So HR, as I told you, stands for horizontal ruler, and there will be a dashed line wherever I am putting HR. Now here you can please notice that if we are using bold or strong or italics or emphasized or mark, it could be, these are closed text, paired text you can say, but HR is not a paired tag. HR is just an open, a single tag. We will just write HR. There is no need to close the HR tag by using \HR, just because of the simple reason that this HR tag, horizontal rule, is going to place a dashed line or is going to place a line on the whole screen. So there is no kind of need, or there is no desire to close it. Then we have strong opening, whatever text you want to write in strong closing, and I have written that particular text only. That means in the text between the tags of strong, I have written strong text just to make sure, or just to increase the understandability when we look at the output. Then after that HR, I have already told you, for a line. Then we have italics. So italics text is the text which is written inside the /I and /I tags, which are opening and closing of italics. Then we have HR again, and within that we have emphasized EM, and here I have deliberately done one thing. With EM I have used strong as well, just to show that we can also use two tags together for a particular piece of text. So this emphasized text will be, the term emphasized text will be emphasized, as well as it will be shown in the kind of, we can say, strong style. And then I have taken one mark which is there, and I have written bold text inside that mark, and that bold text will be highlighted in a different color. That means its background will be highlighted in a different color. And now this program is actually closing as in a usual manner, which is the closure of body as well as the closure of HTML text. Now let's try to see the output when we are going to take this input, or when we are going to execute this on the browser. So here is the output which you can see. First is the bold, first is the result of bold text, then the next line is the result of strong, then we have italics, then we have emphasized along with strong, and then we have bold text. And all these elements or all these texts are having HR, which is horizontal rule, these lines in between. So bold text, as you can see, is having one extra color behind. Now all these things can be manipulated. For example, the color is yellow presently, it could be kind of a different color, that we will be kind of these accessories, I can say, or these different attributes I'll be covering in the upcoming lectures. Presently I am just focusing on the basic command. So B and /B for bold, strong and /strong for strong text, then I and /I for italics, and EM and /EM for emphasized text. And here also you can kind of notice the difference between italics and emphasized text also, but here this is emphasized as well as strong as well. And then the highlighted part or the highlighted text, background highlighted text, which is the bold text. So hope you have kind of grasped the program. That's a very simple program to in order to code or the run through. That's the beauty of the HTML. The basic HTML is very simple to understand and to code as well. The only thing which we need to be very careful with is the compatibility of your HTML code along with your browsers. Now coming to the other such elements, we have some 6 more elements which are small, which is for smaller text. In order to shrink the text, we use small. Here we can use font text, font tag also, but the tag which is named as font tag has been deprecated in HTML5. It is no more used in HTML5. So that's why I am not telling that a font tag here. We will be using alternatives to font tag. Font tag is there to define the size, define the color, and define the style, which is the font of the text. But we can have alternatives here because font tag is no more used in HTML5. So we have a small tag, which is obviously a kind of paired tag. There is this is used to shrink the text. Then we have strike, so that is used to strike out text. Strike out means placing a horizontal line across the text. So you must have seen the examples that the earlier price was, let's say, 300, that has been striked out, and the newer price is 200. So that's what is the strike out text is. So in order to have such text, we need to use the tag strike. Then for underline, we need to use simple kind of U and /U. So B is for bold, I is for italics, and U is for underline. Then we have inserted text. Inserted text is kind of we can say it is a text which is displayed with an underline to show that this is an extra inserted text. It is kind of very similar to the underline, and the tag is INS for this. Then we have two important kind of elements in order to control the display of the text. These are sub and sub. Sub stands for subscript and SUP sub stands for superscript. So you must have seen the let's say chemical reactions of in chemistry subject. So we have H2O, so that 2 is the subscripted text. Or let's say, for example, we have a mathematical equation in which we write a square plus b square. So the square, which is 2 written on top of a, is actually a superscript text. So if we want to have some superscript or subscript text, we need to use sub and sub, SUB and SUP tags, and these are basically we can say stylistic choices, typographical presentation styles in which we want to present our text. So, coming to the coding for all these elements, similar slash, then doc type HTML, we have HTML open, then body open. We have used one small, then there is a small text and a small tag closed. Then we have HR. I have already told you the significance of HR. For inserted text, we have used the text as inserted text and the tag is INS opening and INS closing. Then again an HR is placed. Then in order to have a text underline, we have opened the U tag and we have closed the slash U. We have closed the tag as a slash U, and in between the opening and closing tags, we have written whatever is there to, we can say whatever we want to underline. Then we have HR, and then in case of striked out text, we have used a strike and then a strike closing. Now, in order to use a subscript and superscript, the way in which we are going to use is the similar. We are going to place the text, or we can say the caption, in between the opening and the closing text. So, let us say now we want to write the chemical formula of water, which is H2O, and 2 in this is a subscripted piece of text or a subscripted letter here. So, we have written H, then we started our subscript tag, then we have written 2 because that's the kind of letter which we want to enclose here. Then we write slash sub, which is the closing of subscript text. That means only 2 is going to be written as the subscripted text, and then we have written O. So, H as the normal text, O also as the normal text, but 2 inside the subscript tag. Coming to the next thing, which is superscript. So, I have written a formula which is a square plus b square plus 2ab is equals to a plus b whole square. Now, how are we going to write? That is given on the screen. Let us try to understand. A as the normal tag, a normal text, not between any of the text. Then we need to write a square. So, for that 2 of a square, we will be using superscript text, superscript starting, then 2, and then superscript closing, plus b square. So, without any tags, and 2 again in superscript opening and closing, plus 2ab, that's going to be a very normal text. So, we have not enclosed it inside any of the tags, is equals to a plus b within the bracket, and after the bracket we want to kind of write 2 in the superscript form. So, we have written superscript 2 and superscript close. So, here in this program we have used small text, inserted text, underlined text, striked out text, H2O 2 as subscript, and a square plus b square plus 2ab is equals to a plus b whole square, where square in this expression is written as a superscripted text, and the program is closing normally by slash body and slash HTML. Now, with this program, let us try to see the result, that what kind of result this program is giving. And please remember, I have written HR, or I have inserted HR for every after every piece of text. We are just trying to differentiate how these texts are looking, because if not given HR, all these texts will be kind of one after another, as you all are aware, because of the property that HTMLs or browsers, we can say, are going to ignore all the white spaces or line breaks which are given inside the HTML code. Normally, if these are given normally, then these things will be ignored. So, in order to have some separation between the text, we have used HR. Now, let us try to see the output. So this is the output. If you can see, we have a small text which you can see it is a kind of bit shrinked, although I have not used any font size manipulations here. Then we have inserted text, which is kind of very similar to your underlined text. It is having a line below the text. Then striked out text, as you can see, is having a line which is striking out the whole text. Then H2O2 is written in subscript, and a square plus b square plus 2ab is equals to a plus b whole square. The formula is written properly in the sense that we have 2 as a square again for a and for b both, and on the right hand side of the expression 2 on the upper side or in the superscript, we can say, of the a plus b. So this was the output, and we have seen kind of many commands here to in order to display, in order to control the display of the text. Then let's see, we have HTML links. So HTML, as you are aware that this is hypertext markup language. So hypertext, we have initially seen that what actually a hypertext is. So hypertext is actually a text which on clicking, which is a clickable text, and if you click, it is going to take you onto the, maybe on the next document, maybe on the next web resource, or maybe on the next website, or maybe in the next place in the same document as well. So basically a text through which we will be able to navigate, that is known as a hypertext. So here that navigation property is achieved with the help of links. So let's see how are we going to define the links. So here the links are defined with /a tags. So a here is for anchor tag. And now in this, let's say we have written after HTML and body, we have written H2 the HTML links, and then there is a paragraph. HTML links are defined with a tag, and these are two kind of very simple statements which we have already seen, use of H2 and use of paragraph. I am not going to repeat this. I am just focusing on the statement after /p, which is a hyperlink reference is equals to HTTPS, and I have written kind of any link here. So I have given the link as aryabhatcollege.ac.in. So href is hyperlink reference, a is for the anchor tag, and within this anchor tag href is the attribute, and after this opening tag there is a text which says this is a link. So this is a link, that's the text which is the hypertext, and this will be the clickable text. So the clickable text here will be one which is given inside the anchor tag. So inside the anchor tag, that means between the opening of the anchor tag and between the closing of the anchor tag, if you can see, the text is this is a link. So that particular piece of text is going to be a clickable text through which now on clicking that particular text or on clicking that particular link, it will take us to the resource which is written in the attribute a hyperlink reference href. So here it is written as aryabhatcollege.ac.in. That means when are we going to click this is a link, it will take us up to aryabhatcollege.ac.in, which is a new kind of new web resource here, and the normal closing with body and HTML closing text. So let's see the output here. So output, if you can see, the first top line is for H2 HTML links, then there is a line which is written inside the paragraph text, and then there is a line, this is a link. Now that's actually a clickable link in the sense you can see it is in the blue color and it is underlined. So whenever you will be taking your mouse pointer onto this is a link, that mouse pointer will change into a hand, and the moment you click it, it will take you to the aryabhatcollege.ac.in, which is the resource written inside the hyperlink reference. Now with this links, we can have many other attributes, like what will be the color of visited link, what will be the color of the active link, and so on and so forth, that we will be covering in upcoming lectures. Now let me summarize the lecture. Here we have seen many commands which are used in order to control the text, like bold, italic, underlines, emphasized, strong, striked out, inserted text, small. Then we have also seen superscript and subscript, along with the only basic command of creation of HTML links. So hope you have enjoyed the lecture. Thank you for your attention, and here is the list of references which is used in preparation of this lecture. Thank you.